This isn't a That Time We Played episode. I can't edit that out of context.
But you can for the blooper reel.
Oh god. Shit. So I don't know if we've talked about this at length, but what are some of your favorite Twilight Zone episodes?
I really do love
the everyone has a pig face. I also like the
that one.
I also like
favorite.
it's a cookbook.
Oh yeah,
to serve man. I think that is a really good one, though.
I like that. And of course, there's the one where there was time now.
But there was time now.
I can still read the large print book.
His eyes fall out. Oh, damn it.
But I can read Braille. His hands fall off. And doesn't he scream and then his tongue falls out?
Then his head falls off.
Yeah. Ah, shit.
The night we got here and now.
Look at that deer's asshole. It can't even poop.
Now it can. It can poop like 5 different places.
Right in the anus.
I perforated its butt.
I think that...
I don't know what's funnier in that sentence, perforated or the fact that he used butt instead of ass.
He called the shit poo.
This was the greatest day of my life.
What is that from?
Billy Madison. Judas Priest. It said poop again. Don't put it out with your boots, dear. Mind your business, devil woman.
Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
Foreshadowing.
There's a lot of foreshadowing in this game.
Yeah.
Was I losing my mind?
No.
Use the phone.
Use the phone to call your parents. They'll come save you. Oh wait, they're dead.
Oh shit, the phone actually worked.
Yeah, because you actually have to do this to trigger the next part.
I always forget. I forget that there's random things that like work at one point and don't work at others.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker.
Look at that booty. Sheriff Sarah Booty.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake, not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
I've got diarrhea running down my leg.
It's like Dom passing out in the middle of the street in fucking Southside.
Okay?
Literally, he crosses the threshold of the door and he lays on the sidewalk. Dom, you can't lay here. We're gonna get arrested.
This was my buddy's birthday. He turned 23. Okay, now Dom's a super tall dude with super long arms. And he's got a lot of tattoos, so he's always wearing a cut off sleeved shirt. But he had this pea coat on, right? So he gets shit faced, and I mean not just like I've had one too many, like shitting his pants.
Like he had his head down on the table of the bar and was throwing up down on the floor. So and then I took him to the bathroom to make sure.
People thought that him and Dom were having sex in the stall.
Better watch out there. Some guy's blowing some dude. I'm like, you don't hear him throwing up. He's not puking on my cock.
Oh, I've heard this now that you said that, yeah.
He's not puking on my cock.
Next time on Alan Wake. The fucking soundtrack.
Oh, God. The soundtrack. One of the best parts about this fucking game.
Too bad you want to
End of episode 1.
Too bad
End
you
of
won't hear
episode
most
1.
of it because we're talking over it.
Anyway.
But yeah, so Dom like fucking... He's so shit-faced that Bird has to help him in the bathroom. He pulls him out of the bathroom, takes him over to the sidewalk. Dom folds up his pea coat and just lays down.
Oh, shit. So we're not here all day. Let's skip this. On to episode 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Previously on
Alan Wake.
I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
Thank you for coming here with my Monster Mash face.
She's missing.
She did the mash. She did the monster mash. She's got too many teeths.
Car. I'm missing.
She's got a lot of gum.
Shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took
Totally not the Shining reference.
but the cabin had disappeared.
Taken. 3 years later. I mean prior.
You notice that Alan Wake doesn't have any bags underneath of his eyes. It looks like he shaved yesterday. Look at
Because
that.
he's not a disheveled mess right now.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie.
Please tell me somebody saw that
Worst weather
fucking
I've ever seen.
chair in the background just glitch the fuck out.
No.
It just like popped into the frame.
Handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that.
I'm
coffee.
sorry. I'm too busy looking at your ass.
That weird glare coming out of her ass. I mean, did you see that? Well, yeah, you're not going to be able to get that right this time. Never mind.
Oh, you boys.
You're looking good in them jeans. You're looking even better with me in between.
Do you have your mind on your money? Your money on your mind?
I do. Hey, that's those books that you wrote.
That's why I
why
have
do
to
they
be.
all look the same?
That's why I have to be Alan Wake. The search for hope.
Alan Wake episode 2, Taken.
Where's my manuscript?
Starring Verizon Wireless and Ford trucks built like a rock.
Built like a Ford truck Energizer battery phone. Verizon.
Go turn on the fucking coffee maker, god
Quit
damn
dicking
it.
around.
Did that door just open towards me? Ah! Oh god!
I face through the door.
Christ, the day after tomorrow is going on outside. Look at that.
Well, of course it is if you're facing through doors like a robot. It's because there's no
robot?
background outside.
They didn't bother to
It doesn't
make any
look like
textures.
it.
Yeah, go out into the. Oh wow, that blur on his face. Okay, go to your
Motion
left.
blur.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ, stop it. Now go to your left. Now look out the yeah, look at that.
Can you go out on the patio?
You can't. But I mean, look
It
at
looks
that.
just like there's like something.
It's literally the day after tomorrow. Where's Jake Gyllenhaal?
We gotta pee in the ocean.
Yeah, that's the only thing I learned from that movie is that you have to pee in the ocean.
I didn't even see that movie.
Yeah.
Is that what they teach
We
you?
booed at the end of that movie. We booed at the end of that movie.
We stood up. There was like 10 of us, and we all stood up and we booed at it.
Really?
You got
Boo
up.
this man!
You got up and you were like, really? I'm still gonna pee in the ocean?
Yeah, the whole moral of the story.
Is that why they did that episode of South Park where they had where it was the pee episode?
I think. Because they talk about like adding salt to the ocean, and that's why a lot because the polar ice caps were melting, there wasn't enough salt water. So yeah, and that's what caused everything to happen. And I'm like, so you just pee in the ocean? That's the answer to the movie. You just pee there. That's what we do.
The Earth didn't get stung by a giant jellyfish.
Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I gotta take a dump first.
I'm gonna pee on top of my own poop.
I got diarrhea shooting out of my asshole. I can't really fix this right now.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Of course he does. He's gonna walk in there. She's gonna be
You okay?
possessed by
I'm sorry.
Lemony Snicket's ghost.
It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
Boo haunted house.
Stupid, but it's just, especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story.
Those faraway shots always look like they're just puppet mouthing. Like,
The dark really spooked me too. When it got really bad, my mom.
I wish you could see the face that Ando was making.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Also,
Here it is.
I'm going to talk about one of my biggest pet peeves ever, and it's that people calling a fucking remote a goddamn clicker. It's a
don't like that?
TV remote. I hate it. I hate it.
My
I
mother
don't-
says it all the time. It always bugged the shit out of the both of us.
See, I don't really hear it that much because I mean, like no one's I've known
Because
really called that.
because you live with normal people. You don't live with assholes.
You don't live with a bunch of people who haven't made it out of Pittsburgh ever.
I was gonna say it's because you probably lived with people that still live in like the 80s, where the TV remote actually did click.
Yeah.
Mr. Wig, how are you feeling?
I was also gonna say, I've never really heard it. I mean, I've heard it called that before, but I don't really hear that many people say it like
I
that.
had to lie about my headache.
The only other word I've heard people call it was Belijack would call it the button.
But you've obviously been through quite a shock.
He's like, "Where's the button?"
Couple of days.
Thanks.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That's even weirder. But that's like,
But here's
it's
the
like
thing, though.
off-puttingly weird.
That's so off-putting. I stopped breathing for like 10 seconds.
you know what? I'm okay with like him calling it that. Like I'm not like weirded out by it because I feel like that's probably like a South Side thing.
Oh yeah.
Because he grew up in the South Side, so he has like a thicker Pittsburgh accent than like anyone else I know.
Right.
Like he says Keller instead of color, which is really weird to me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah,
rough.
it's
I don't know if
pretty-
you ever heard him say that before, but he says Keller.
By the way, I just want to say that this giant long table is definitely a reference to the conference room in Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
another nice little Twin Peaks on. So
but he says a lot
So
of
is
things
this
weird.
entire
So
lodge?
yeah, pretty much. Like this entire lodge is like
Well,
Twin
we're not
Peaks
in the
reference.
lodge. We're in the police station.
Yeah,
so
but
when we get there.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton.
gee, I wonder why there's no sign of him.
Probably because we murdered him.
he turned into a ghost and we murdered his ghost murderer.
We murder burned him. That's a Eugene Merman reference.
Gonna pay my cat murder bird bill.
Also, do you see that there's a missing cat?
There is. Aw,
He's
kitty.
been murder burned.
That kitty's missing. It's a shame.
Have you seen these missing murder bird victims?
Have you seen this boy?
Have you seen Prince Butterscotch?
Battery was dead. It's charged now.
Oh, get your cell phone.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My
No,
men
we
are
don't care
already
about
on it.
her.
Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here.
I forgot about this.
Cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal.
Ah, you see?
Yeah, see?
Don't be telling them coppers that I stole your wife, see?
Go soak your head.
So good.
Go sell ice cream. That's a Pittsburgh reference. Did you hear about that story?
No.
The one like reporter or whatever was like they were like it was like a fight between I want to say it was the Pittsburgh Penguins manager or someone and like a reporter, and the fucking manager, he's like this old fuck. And he was like, go sell ice cream to the reporter. And when it's like, what does that even like? What does that mean? Is that like an old person reference? Like, go sell lemonade on the corner. See, go sell ice cream. Go soak your head. Like, and no one knows what the hell he meant by that. Like, they were like, did he find out some deep dark secret that he was once secretly the one reporter was secretly an ice cream man or something? He had an Uncle Touchy ice cream van.
Uncle Touchy's naked puzzle basement.
Yeah.
It's
So like everyone's confused by it. Like people had signs at the most recent like Penguin game and said like it was like hashtag go sell ice cream. He's just some crazy old bastard.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Yeah, I forgot about the whole kidnapping angle.
Yeah. I think because it's so early on in the game.
This is like that time that
It's an Amber Lamps.
This is like that time Triple H fucked that corpse on TV. Everybody wants to forget it. He banged her brains out, and then he picked his hand up, and he was just like full of jelly and gross. It was hilarious. And everyone forgets. He had a cane mask on and everything.
Can we bring that clip up?
I'll bring a picture of it up. Because WWE will tear our assholes open.
Yeah. Didn't think of that.
What about that clip where what's her name gave birth to a hand?
Mae Young.
Mae Young.
Mae Young, yeah.
Of course, I can assure you that my staff...
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to
Sweater vest over here. Or no, it's not
one of
really a
those
vest.
hot, sweaty, salty shits.
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
That's everyone's aunt.
Yeah.
That character is everyone's aunt.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Bunch!
Take it easy.
Rocket punch.
There's my boy.
Hey, nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent.
Yugoslavia.
I'm Barry Wheeler.
I'm Barry Wheeler.
Did you know that I like to wear bicycle shorts?
I'm wearing flood pants.
Capris are also good for men.
Did you jump ship?
Mr. Wake,
I'm wearing a giant puffy coat, but I'm also wearing a Hawaiian shirt because I know how to party.
What the hell was that
Fuck
about,
Utes.
Al?
Fuck
You
you.
don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
I feel like he just came straight out of like the 60s.
Oh, wow, I was just thinking about you too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony.
Great, this psycho bitch.
I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later.
Hey, Toots!
I put my penis in her vagina. Yugoslavia.
Vagina McCracken.
Jeez, Mister takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl.
There's somebody running for local office around here, and I drove past her sign, and it's supposed to say, I'm sure, Virginia McCracken.
Yeah.
It's like Virginia McCracken Hunter. I'm like, what the fuck kind of name is that?
But every time I drive past it, my brain just immediately assumes that it's vagina.
Great. Now I'm gonna see that when I leave here. I saw it on the way here, and I read it like a normal person would. But now I'm gonna read it like you do.
Because when I read things, I don't really know that I'm looking at them until it's too late. And then I looked and I'm like, oh, vagina. And I'm like, that's not a word that a person would put on a sign in their yard.
When was the last time you slept?
Wait here.
Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someo's got Alice, and
Do you
everything's just...
understand what it sounds like?
The way you're moving him, he's like,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
you're moving him around so fast he didn't even have a face. It was blurred out from all the motion blur.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Holy shit.
It didn't even have time to render a face onto him.
Oh, God, it's a bear!
Doesn't the bear come to life?
I think it does.
I think it does, yeah.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done. Hey, Rusty, right?
Oh,
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here.
with all this dog
I'm sorry
penis.
about this. Would you mind
Red
grabbing the
Rocket.
registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
His Francis is out.
Look at this Francis.
Crazy poachers.
Max here got his foot caught in a trap.
I think one of the grossest dog penis jokes ever is from Family Guy, and like it's like Stewie and Brian are talking to each other, and like Stewie's asking Brian to do something, and he's like, if you don't help me, he's like, I forget. It's like he's like Brian is against whatever Stewie's doing. He's like, Lois, Brian is applying his makeup again.
Okay,
so gross.
I mean, he's licking his penis.
By the way, I'm not sure there's a grossest form of a dog penis joke. I'm pretty sure they're all equally as gross.
And that's what we call the aristocrats.
You can't just go and meet.
Was he still talking?
I guess.
Situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
You're flirting with disaster, Bird. Molly Hatchet is upset at you right now. Oh God, this is enough. Go do the thing, please.
I hit my head. My hand doesn't even know where my face is at.
If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Let's have a laugh on Barry.
He should have been played by Joe Pesci.
You can quit it now.
2 miniature Joe Pesci's, to be exact.
2 miniature Joe Pesci's stacked on top of each other.
Like two little miniature Joe Pesci's.
To make one giant, like, normal human-sized person.
I think this is the
And Joe Pesci is already tiny anyway.
It's like, you've never watched BoJack Horseman, or no, you did.
I did.
The, was it like the one character that's clearly like a bunch of little kids in a giant trench coat?
Yeah. Aren't they wearing like a big beard?
Yeah. I've never seen that the whole way through.
You need to watch that.
I saw the first like 4 episodes or something.
Yeah, you need to finish
I've been
it.
watching Archer recently. I've been going back and watching all of Archer. I'm halfway through season 3.
You better open the door.
Also, the inside of that lodge is one of the coolest looking, as far as highly detailed. I think it's one of the coolest looking environments.
Because there's a giant dinosaur skeleton in it.
Yeah, it's a giant like
what is it,
skeleton
mammoth or something.
This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
And when I come back, you better be Joe Pesci.
There's mud in the tires.
Just be careful with the native now.
What do you mean there's mud in the tires? How can there be mud in the tires?
I liked your Marissa Tomei impression, Bird. They got any fucking Chinese food around here?
I'll take the breakfast.
I love that movie. Any praise that anybody can give that movie is the best kind.
Did Marissa Tomei get an Oscar or something for that?
I think. Then years later, Then years later, she would have her boobies out in The Wrestler. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Eh.
You know who directed that, don't you?
George Zimmerman.
Can't zim-zam the flim-flam.
Zimmerman! It was Zapruder's second film.
One of my favorite jokes ever. Zapruder film is Zapruder's best film.
No, that's a David Lynch movie.
What?
Isn't that a David Lynch movie?
What?
Or no, that's... Hold on, it's not David Lynch, it's the other one that I hate.
The other one that I
The other director that I despise.
Aronofsky?
Yes.
Yeah.
Aronofsky.
I should have gone to the cops.
Fuck you.
This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying
Also,
to
David Lynch, not on Twin Peaks.
These people had called me right in the
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know how I feel about that, though.
Yeah, I don't
because
either.
it's not going to have, I don't know if it'll have the same, feel
I agree.
as the original.
I don't particularly care for David Lynch doing things to be David Lynch.
But the fact that he's not in the thing that made him famous,
yeah, that's
is
a
really
little worrying.
worrying. Yeah,
because I like Twin Peaks, but my problem with David Lynch stuff is that he gets recently, as time went on, he started to get more and more up his own ass. Like Twin Peaks was fine because he wasn't feeding off of the persona that he had created for himself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Or his
kinda.
body of work. And a lot of his... Fuck this trash can! Play
Jesus
the fucking
Christ.
game. What are you doing?
You're giving me a goddamn headache.
Are you doing that? Or
No,
okay.
there's just weird shit going on now, actually.
But anyway, yeah, he doesn't... When he made Twin Peaks, he wasn't feeding off of his own ego. And now I get the impression that he's just very far up his own ass.
Yeah.
So while I agree, yes, it's super weird that he's not on it, and it's probably not going to be as good. It might also be a good thing. That's the greatest.
You should have turned the camera around for that, because that didn't even look like he kicked it.
Yeah.
Oh, is this going to be another Bright Falls episode?
I'm going to get whatever's in here first.
Night Springs.
Night Falls?
Night Balls?
What?
Dun, dun, dun.
Is that Mr. Scratch?
That's a reference for later. Way later.
Not even in this game.
It's really not even in this game.
Oh, did we explain that we are going to be playing the DLC?
I assumed we were.
Yeah.
But we're not doing American Nightmare, correct?
I don't think we need to. American Nightmare's okay, but...
It's not really canonical to the game.
Yeah, it's not really, so...
So we'll be playing, there's 4 levels of DLC or 3?
No, there's 2.
There's 2, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing both DLC.
There's I think the Signal and the Writer.
That's
the Writer
right.
is significantly weirder than the first one.
Yeah. Isn't there something in the car?
Yes, sir. Is this a manuscript page?
I thought there was batteries or something in the car.
Battery!
I guess not.
Also, I know when we've talked about Alan Wake before, we've mentioned this, but it's really awesome that the light poles act as checkpoints
Yeah.
in the game.
I actually just watched a video of greatest save points in games, and one of them was, of course, one of them was the typewriters from Resident Evil.
Yeah.
One of them was the light post from this. One of them was the red notes from
Silent Hill.
Well, they were anything red, weren't they?
Yeah, I think it was mostly notes and stuff.
Thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard.
Living in a movie.
Didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way. Felt the broken rib stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear.
My favorite save point is probably the toilet in No More Heroes.
That's a good one. They didn't have that one on there, but that's pretty good.
Taking a shit.
Taking a shit in No More Heroes is a save point.
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
Also, dialogue happens a lot in this game.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Literally, almost every action that you do, where you're interacting with something, there is there's some dialogue that goes along with it. What happened to your dog? Is he okay?
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found
Hi, dog.
came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Did he just... I like how he just fell back like he was dead.
Couldn't be far. Rusty had found
But he's still alive. See, he's moving his... He's bit bopping and a booping his head back and forth.
Just because I went and fell over doesn't mean I'm dead. Well, if you're still alive, then surely went low. Oh.
The only
Control eye reader.
Yeah, it really is like they said, like it is like what the fuck are we? Like, where the fuck are we?